special member presenting. Fun fact about Joel that you all might not know. You might find him in his business attire meeting with his clients by day, but his favor and passion for heavy metal music and intense mosh pits can tend to take up his evening time. At least that's when he's not traveling to some of his favorite places like Bali and Thailand. Joel is most proud of being a connector for his clients, which explains his many contributions to our chapter here at BNI. It is my greatest pleasure this week to introduce you all to Joel Cedar with US Bank, sharing his topic today on purchasing equipment for your business and how it can save you money.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Whitney. That's an intro. Can everybody hear me okay? All right. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Well, for visitors joining today, you're got stuck with the banker presenting today, so it's going to be super interesting. Just kidding. I will keep it interesting and to the points. I got my timer set, so we're going to go ahead and get started. First off, a little bit more about me. Whitney already did a great job alluding to a number of the things that I was going to speak to, but very quickly, as my wife, Kristen, we have been together for over 11 years. Moved out to Portland from Nebraska 8 years ago. That is our cat, Biscuit, who is our sole dependent these days. And she is very independent, which is perfect for us. As Whitney alluded, we absolutely love international travel. One of my wife and I's biggest favorite projects that we work on regularly is our condo. Got a couple pictures of it there. We was able to purchase that a few years ago now from the fabulous Angela Stevens from our chapter. Whitney also mentioned that usually my go-to fact that most people don't guess about me is I absolutely love metal music. I've been to 5 shows in the last 4 weeks. Got a couple more coming up, one on this Friday. I definitely enjoy exercising as well. You can definitely catch me riding my bike or trying to go to the gym pretty regularly. Love sports, although it's been hard to last week to be a Trailblazers fan, but onward and upward. Then lastly, we very much moved to the Pacific Northwest on purpose. So we absolutely love being out here and spending time in nature. A little bit more about me. I have been working in banking for over 9 years, coming up on a decade. I've been working with US Bank for over 7 years, and I've been working with small businesses exclusively for over 3 years. Okay, before we jump into specifically purchasing equipment and how that could save your business some money, I want to talk a little bit about what is business credit. Very high overview definition of credit, whether it's for your business or for you personally when you're borrowing money, like for your mortgage to buy a home. There's the ability to borrow money or goods based on the promise that you'll pay it back. Pretty simple. Looking at personal credit history versus business credit history, essentially the same. Personal credit history is reporting to consumer credit reporting agencies, while business is a record of handling debts and financial obligations reporting to business credit agencies. I feel like one thing a lot of business owners, when they're getting started, is a misconception that if you are looking to get a loan for your business, is that you're going to be doing it just off the business numbers and credit history. Whereas unless you're a very large and sophisticated business, most times a business owner's personal credit history is also very essential in getting approved for business credit, especially if it's a newer business where there's not really an established history for that business yet. And so when you're first getting started, having a personal credit score and history with some depth is very essential. Some major players in the business credit reporting side, Dun & Bradstreet. This is one of the business credit bureaus. You do have to go in and create your own profile. But one thing that separates business credit versus personal credit is that when you are purchasing from vendors and suppliers, A lot of those vendors will report to Dun & Bradstreet, and that will create credit history for your business without it actually being like a traditional credit card or line of credit or loan. The two other major business reporting agencies are Equifax and Experian Business, and those typically report more of like the traditional lending side of things. Very quickly, as before we dive into our my topic around equipment purchasing, is that something I'm proud of. U.S. Bank recently has started our diversity lending program, and we can definitely have a more in-length conversation about that. But obviously, recognizing the disparity of lending towards minority-owned businesses. So as of now, businesses that are BIPOC-owned, women-owned, veteran-owned, over 51%, we have a brand new program that is lowering guidelines for credit for those businesses. Okay, so U.S. Bank equipment finance and how it can save your business money. So what is equipment? Equipment is essentially anything that is essential for the daily activities of your business. So some typical things that are equipment for businesses: hardware and software of computers, trucks, trailers, medical and dental, commercial vehicles, heavy equipment, and you see the rest. It's pretty straightforward. So if you want to buy a really big piece of equipment, that's obviously equipment. You need a few different vans for your delivery business, that's obviously equipment. You need some chairs and tables for your restaurant, obviously you need that as an essential, unless you want your customers sitting on the floor. Obviously commercial kitchen equipment. And then let's say I don't need equipment, I have an office job. Well, do you need a number of pretty high-end computers? That is definitely equipment. Is it better to finance a purchase than pay cash? That definitely depends. And that is a good question to talk with your banker about, your bookkeeper, your CPA, your controller, basically who is making decisions for the financial side of your business. And so if you have the cash to pay for something upfront, obviously that's probably going to be better than spending money on a loan. But if using all your liquid capital is going to hurt your business, and having that cash flow is going to help it more, then that's a different conversation. So how does buying equipment actually save you money? That seems like spending money is the opposite of saving money. But for most businesses that need to buy equipment, that is essential. Their equipment is going to help your business grow and succeed, whether that's replacing old faulty equipment, whether that's expanding, getting new trucks, like going back to that delivery system business. And obviously having more people out there is going to help more business come in. And so a lot of times purchasing the equipment is essential. And obviously that's the first place we start is, does your business actually need equipment? Why would you buy something if you don't have a plan for it? But if you are going to purchase, a conversation to have with your CPA, definitely qualifying. I am not a tax professional, but I partner with a lot of tax professionals, is to see if you can take advantage of a one-time deduction from your gross sales for your business. So in section 179 of the IRS tax code allows for businesses to deduct the full purchase price of qualifying equipment purchase from their tax year. That means that you can buy or lease a piece of equipment. You can deduct the full purchase from your gross income. And then equipment, vehicles, software, it must be used for more than 50% of the time for your business to qualify for this deduction. So for an example, well, first of all, equipment can go up to this year, $1,160,000 of equipment that you can deduct fully up to. So for simple math, if you buy a new piece of, let's say you buy a truck, costs $50,000 because it's under that $1,160,000 cap, you can deduct the full $50,000 from your gross sales. And then based on your tax rating, how much you're going to be taxed on it. For this example, for a C Corp at 21%, that would save them $10,500 on tax. And so that's looking at lowering the cost of the equipment based on the savings from their overall income to $39,500. A little bit more about U.S. Bank specifically equipment finance is that we'll do 100% financing. So no down payment required, and we'll actually do up to 25% of the soft costs. So if there's like a delivery fee, training, something along that you need to pay for that you also would like to finance, we can do up to 25% of the loan amount for that. We'll do up to $150,000 in most cases with an application only, with no financials because of the collateral. We can do pre-approvals up to 60 days. We can do multiple pieces of equipment on one loan. It's just a really simple process. And I know I'm getting near the end of my 10 minutes. I'm going to speed up here a little bit. You can also do different types of payment options if you're a seasonal business. And then lastly, very quickly, is we have a special program for manufacturing companies. And I would absolutely love to get into more detail about that. If you know any manufacturing companies that are looking to purchase new equipment, it's a whole separate program for them. Lastly, a great intro for me regarding equipment would be, obviously, a business looking to purchase new equipment, commercial van dealerships that don't offer their own financing, or used equipment dealers, commercial kitchen equipment, heavy equipment, farm equipment. You see the rest of the list. And that is it for me today. And there's my contact info. I'd be happy to have a much more in-depth conversation with anyone that would like to learn more about equipment financing.